What is your all-time favorite episode from any TV show? Bad Blood from Season 5 of The X-Files. It's a funny one-off with Luke Wilson and Patrick Renna. Mulder puts a stake through the heart of a teenage vampire pizza delivery boy. Then him and Scully realize the vampire teeth are fake. The kid is no vampire. The episode is Mulder and Scully telling each other their sides of the events to get their story straight before having a meeting with director Skinner. As their stories are coming to a close, Skinner announces they gotta go back and investigate BC. The kid came back to life and bit the coroner's neck with his regular human teeth. Scrubs my lunch. Dr. Cox accidentally infects 3 patients with rabies and loses it. For a show that was predominantly a comedy, that 30-minute episode had more emotion and power than 99% of any TV series. If anyone here has watched The Fawlty Towers, the episode with the Germans, if you haven't watched the show, please do. It's a gem and you'll surely thank me later. Edit. Love all the responses. Each episode is good in its own ways, and people liking different episodes is proof that this is one amazing show. Thank you all. BoJack Horseman. The episode with his mother's funeral. They should have won an Emmy for that episode. You Only Move Twice. The Simpsons. Hank Scorpio is a premium tier character who only appeared in one episode. The Sopranos. Pine Barrens. Just a phenomenal episode of one of the greatest TV series of all time. I could watch Chrissy and Polly arguing and busting each other's balls as they freeze to death in the middle of the woods for hours. Greater than asterisk. We should have stopped at Roy Rogers. Asterisk. Greater than asterisk. Yeah. And I should have fucked Dale Evans, but I didn't. Asterisk. I think the best episode of The Simpsons is Selma's Choice. Basically the plot of the episode, leaving out some of the side plots, is that Selma takes Bart and Lisa to Duff Gardens because Homer gets sick because he insists on continuing to eat this nasty sandwich he got for free. The kids and Homer initially got screwed out of a day at Duff Gardens because they're generic great and died. She leaves a video that implores Patty and Selma not to doom themselves to dying alone, and instead to get married and start a family. Patty doesn't give a f, but it hits Selma hard. Homer, food poisoned, stays home with Marge while Selma takes the kids to Duff Gardens. Long story short, Lisa drinks the water in the It's Small World parody ride and starts tripping like she's on acid. At the end, the day over, Selma is returning Bart and Lisa to Marge. And it's at that point she understands what she truly wants in life, and that she's actually quite happy being alone and just sharing expenses with her sister. All this time she's felt drawn into Patty's orbit or something, and that maybe she would have wanted kids and family, but it's at that moment in the episode she realizes she, too, would rather be alone and raising Jub rather than have a baby and have a family. That's a pretty hot cultural take for the time it came out. Like 1992 or 3. And not to mention the whole fucking episode is hilarious. It has such classic Simpsons signage as the Lucky Stick funeral home, and just some of Homer's best childishness. Scrubs S3E14. My screw up. Ugh, ripped my heart out. Dr. Cox's face at the end. A Crowd. Season 2 Episode 1. Gay musical called Gay. The episode in Breaking Bad where Jesse is on his way to kill those 2 drug dealers that killed his girlfriend's brother, and Walt comes zooming in and runs them over with his car and then shoots one. Such a badass episode and powerful moment for Walter White. Season 3, Episode 10 of Futurama, The Luck of the Friarish. Tears every time. There was an episode of The Simpsons where Homer's stupidity was discovered to be the result of him having a crayon jammed up his nose into his brain. He got it removed and became intellectual and consequently closer to Lisa. For reasons I forget, he got it reversed and went back to stupid, but Lisa found a note he wrote. While clever, it showed how loving he was. It said, "I'm taking the coward's way out. But before I do, I just wanted to say being smart made me appreciate just how amazing you really are." Adventure Time, I Remember You. It was one of the first episodes to demonstrate how emotionally deep the show could get. What was presented as a one-dimensional villain is shown to be a victim in a horrific situation that too many people in the real world can relate to. A kids' show shouldn't be able to present the turmoil of dementia as poignantly as it did. A lot of depth developed in that show after that point. Heavy topics and sad parables of real-world problems, but I remember you felt like where that started. Everyone's waiting. The final episode of 6 Feet Under. https en.wikipedia.org/wiki/everyone%27s_waiting. The episode of Malcolm in the Middle where the boys are stealing from the church and selling for profit, and Francis gets to Alaska and realizes he's in for a bad time. Terrific A and B story. Mad Men, Shut the Door, Have a Seat. Ozymandias, Breaking Bad, Season 5, Episode 14. Star Trek, TNG, The Inner Light with Picard's flute. Edit. Thanks for the gold and bless. Y'all rock. Breaking Bad, Season 5, Episode 5, Dead Freight. The train heist episode. I watched it live and have never felt so anxious and exited throughout the entire thing. I was literally pacing the room, I was so tense. Then I screamed fuck at the end as it faded to black. Perfectly paced, scripted, directed episode. Edit. Since a lot of people are asking by live, I meant I watched it as it was broadcast on TV for the first time. Commercial breaks just added more and more anxiety. Streaming doesn't do shows like this justice because you don't get to anxiously await resolution. Just start the next episode. That final shot. The jar with the tarantula falling into the sand. Then darkness. I was screaming at that piece of shit Todd before realizing it was all because Walt said no one can know. Once more with feeling, or the body, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.